Hello, my name is Leroy Blevins. Welcome to Mysteries and Histories. In this episode here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about evidence into the JFK assassination and what I present, what other people presents as well. Now, over the last 55 years, we heard a lot of stories. Everybody's heard a lot of stories when it comes to the JFK assassination. Okay, now they tell us the story, but they don't show us no evidence. You see what I'm saying? They show us no evidence. Okay, just like I want to bring this up right here. We're going to bring up this map right here. Okay, and I'm going to point out some facts here. There was a gunman in the Dowtex building. Where's the evidence? There is none. Just a story. Okay, there was a gunman behind a picket fence. Where's the evidence? There is none. Just a story. Well, there was a gunman on the south side. Where's the evidence? There is none. Okay. There was a gunman in a storm drain. Where's the evidence? There is none. You see, just a story. And people don't want to hear the stories no more. They want to see some real evidence. Like I told people from the word go, if you have evidence to present, show it. Okay, you got it, show it. I show my evidence, and I show my evidence every single day. Now, I want to show you this. This is, when we look at a map of their evidence, this is what you're going to find. This is what you're going to see right here as you watch my cursor. Now, if I say the two gunmen inside of shelter number 3, okay, two gunmen inside of shelter number 3, that's a story. Am I correct? But what if I do this? Boom. I show you this. Okay. Now remember, this is their story right here. Gunman picket fence, storm drain, south side, Daltex building. No, there's no evidence. But I said, no, there's two gunmen inside shelter number 3. Here's what I present. Photographic evidence of the shots being fired from that location, gunmen with rifles in their hands, holding rifles in their hands, taking shots from that location, eyewitness accounts and backs up them images as well. This is what I present as evidence. But people still don't want to believe in that. They want to believe in this right here. This is what people want to believe in right here. The story. Okay. When I did my research, when I started doing my investigation to this case, like I said, I read the stories. I read the books. I read the documents and everything else. But it was always that thing that kept on coming to mind is evidence. Where's the evidence at? There was none. So when I decided to do my research, I was like, I'm sitting there back and I'm going, well, what I need to do is I need to find evidence. People want to see evidence. They don't want to hear a story. They want to see evidence. Okay. That's why when I found the gunman inside shelter number 3, people thinks I just went ahead and just found it. And all of a sudden I'm start telling about it. No. Okay. You can take one image. One image. Just like when they said Jackie shot JFK. Okay, they're using Mrs. Kennedy shooting JFK. So they're going to use one frame from this Zapruder film and tell that story. But there's no evidence to back it up. And if Miss Kennedy wanted to kill JFK, I mean her own husband, why do it in Dallas? She could have done it anywhere else. All right, the driver Greer shot JFK. Where's the evidence at? Oh, they just show you one frame from this Zapruder film. They'll show you one frame from this Zapruder film and say, here's the proof. And people believe that as well. But all you've seen is the reflection of the guy, of the reflection on the gun. The passenger's head, you'll see the reflection where it looks like a form of a gun, but it's not. It's not a gun. Driver Greer's hands right still around the steering wheel column. Okay. This could be a scene in the Zapruder film. But they're going to pull that frame out and says, no, the driver Greer shot him. Then they're going to say this shot came from the south side, or this shot came from behind a picket fence. But there's nothing to show. But I go ahead and I say, Well, the shots came from shelter number 3. Okay, shelter number 3 is where shots came from. Can this be proven? Well, yeah, in the Mormon photo, we see both gunmen with rifles in their hands. We have the Orville Nix film, the Bronson film, showing 2 shots being fired from the shelter. We have this Betzner photo showing rifles sticking out of the windows of the shelter. We have the Darnell film that shows the side view, one gunman still aiming his rifle, still showing both gunmen. We have, there was another one here. We have the view of the gunman, the location he was at. We have the Zapruder film showing where these bullets made contact with JFK and Governor Connally. We have eyewitnesses saying the shots came from directly behind them. What's directly behind them? Shelter number 3. So see, I'm having all this evidence, photographic evidence, mind you, together first before I presented it. I have all this presented. Just like when I sit there and I tell people about the manhole cover shot. Excuse me, I gotta take a drink. Excuse me. Sorry, I didn't want to show the cup too much because I don't know about the advertising thing. Because my wife's friend works there. But anyway, look at the bullets. 2 strikes to the manhole cover. Okay, we have the Zapruder film showing a gunman on the rooftop of the county records building, coming down taking the shots. The Zapruder film, we see bullets striking the side and top corner of the manhole cover, concrete. We have images taken after the assassination. Police officers, Secret Service agents, and stuff like that, looking over them 2 shots in the manhole cover. A Secret Service agent bending down, picking up a bullet lying in the grass by the manhole cover. We have eyewitnesses claiming that shots fired hit that manhole cover. The bullet that retrieved there was a 30.06 bullet. In 1974, a gentleman working on the rooftop of the county records building found a 30.06 bullet casing. Okay, I put all this evidence together before I presented it. And 50 years later, 55 years later, both bullet holes still could be seen and touched right here. As you see right here. Okay, right here. Both bullet holes still can be seen. Like I said, you can believe in a story. Remember, this is all they're telling us is a story. Where's the evidence? There is none. And like I said, when you're doing an investigation or you're doing a research and stuff, look for some type of evidence to present in your case. This was never done before. Okay, this was never done before. And that's why I get a lot of heat and a lot of slack, because everything I found, that's always been in front of the public's eye. Okay, I get a lot of heat and a lot of slack for it because I'm the one that found it all. Okay, I can't help it the way people does their research. I can't help it the way people want to do their investigations. Okay, the evidence, like I said, for years has always been in front of the public's eye. Okay, I chose to believe in what I can see, not what I'm told. Okay, this is a murder case that's never going to be solved because of all the stories and everything else that's told. But like I said, I can't help it that these researchers and everything else had all this information in front of them all these years. They just never took the time to piece it together. They never took the time to actually look for it. But I get a lot of heat because I look for it and I find it and I presented it. And when you look at evidence like this, like when you go into a court of law, okay, this is why, me and somebody was talking the other day, we was talking about this. And they said, well, why don't people believe in the conspiracy part? They asked me a question, why don't people believe in the conspiracy part? And I said, because they have no evidence to prove there was a conspiracy. And what we're going to do is I'm going to bring up this map here, and we're going to talk about this for a moment. I said, they have no evidence to prove there was a conspiracy. And he says, well, James Files said he was the assassin behind a picket fence. But there's no evidence, just a story. You see what I'm saying? Just a story. There's no evidence of James Files being there. Okay, so when they present this to the public, and especially the non-conspiracy side, the government as well, they're going to look at the story and says, well, it's a false story, so why believe it? So no, he was not the assassin. So there was no conspiracy. Well, there was a gunman inside the sewer drain. Oh, well, there's no evidence to show, so why believe in that story? There's no evidence. So if there's no evidence, there's no conspiracy. Oh, well, there was a gunman on the south side of, Dealey Plaza. There's no evidence to prove. There's no evidence to show, so there wasn't no conspiracy. Well, there was a gunman in the Dow Tex building. He took a shot. No, there's no evidence to show, so there's no evidence to show, so there's no evidence to prove, so there was no conspiracy. This is what people looks at on the non-conspiracy side. Even our own government, you're going to come up with a theory or a story about this is assassination. I mean, this person is in this location assassinated JFK, or this person or that person in this location or that location. Have some evidence before you even bother bringing it out, just like JFK. That's why a lot of the people on the non-conspiracy side are laughing at the people on the conspiracy side because they're like, boy, this is a joke. They actually, a lot of people on the conspiracy side, on the non-conspiracy side, I've talked to says, yeah, it's all a joke. It's all a joke, okay? Because of this. Because they're telling us the story, but they have no evidence to back it up. That's what they've been looking for. So if you're going to against the government or the non-conspiracy people, if you have evidence to show and you say, here you go, here's the evidence right here, what are they going to tell you? Well, you're seeing the gunmen with rifles in their hands and firing from them locations, and you got the testimonies matching it up, and photographic evidence stuff is matching everything that was told. You see, you have the evidence to back it up. So people on the non-conspiracy side is going to say, okay, yeah, there was a conspiracy. That's why I keep on telling people, if you're going to present something from the JFK assassination, take your time at it. Look for evidence to prove your case. Okay, a lot of people won't do that. Okay, they'll just rather tell that story and say, here you go. But look for the evidence, okay, because no one's going to believe you. And believe you me, I went through a lot of stuff, just like, honestly, I just got done receiving a letter today, right here. So, I got it. Steve. And he just sends it like a big joke. Okay, he just sends it as a big joke. Okay, I'm glad he thinks everything's a joke because, when it comes to my research, okay, I'm 51 years old. I'm an adult. I don't believe in joking about somebody's research, okay, or putting it down when someone's trying to find the truth. But see, I get hate mail from people, and I get called different names and everything else like that, and it just makes me wonder, what are people really want to know about this case? What does people really want to find in this case? Because the evidence has always been there, and I present the evidence. And like I said, I apologize for me being the one who found it because they was either too lazy or worried about looking for it, because the evidence has always been there. And I hate to say it that way, but there's no other explanation for it. But I just want to make this video here and point out, if you're going to come up with a claim when it comes to JFK assassination, one thing I got to say is please look for some evidence. So when you show the people that evidence and you talk about your story, whatever, show some evidence to back it up so other people can see that truth. Let that truth reveal itself. In the description down below, you find a site where you can own my book, Evidence Conspiracy, the only book you need in JFK assassination. Don't forget that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share this information, other information from my other videos, so everybody may know this on your social medias and stuff like that. And please, please have a pleasant day.